One of the most important concepts that you need to understand when using functions is passing arguments by reference and by value. In JavaScript, when you give to a function a primitive value as its argument, it is passed by value. So let's explain what I mean. I will create a function that has one parameter and change the value of this parameter to 5. And let's add a message inside the function. Then here I will declare a variable, then I will give it a value. Then let's call the function and give it this variable as argument. Then let's console log the value of our variable. The function gets executed, but the value of this variable has not changed. Let's try to console log its value within the function. Within the function it becomes 5, but outside the function it is still 10. Well, at first this may seem really weird, but let me explain why you have this result. In JavaScript, when you call a function with an argument that is primitive, in our example it is a number is a primitive, JavaScript passes this argument by value. It is as if JavaScript does something like this. It creates a new variable, then it assigns the value of 10 to that variable. It does not make the parameter point to our argument. And now when you change the value of the parameter, you're just changing the value of that new variable. The same thing if the argument is a string. So the rule is a primitive value is passed by value. But the rule for objects is that they are passed by reference. So let's remove all of this and create a new function. This function has a parameter, then changes the name property of the argument you give it. And here let's create a new object. Then let's call the function. Then let's console log the result of the variable. And now we can see that our variable has changed. That's because objects are passed by reference. This argument is an object, and here when you make change to it, this parameter will be pointing to the same variable. You're not creating a new one. The same thing would happen if we had an array. So the rule is if the argument is a primitive, it is passed by value. But if the argument is not a primitive like objects or arrays, it is passed by reference. JavaScript engine will make the parameter point to that argument.